Hello and welcome back to episode 12 of the Flameside podcast. My name is Flame. His name is Side. What's your name, Side?
I'm Side. It's so good to be back, guys. Really glad.
Yeah, we're back. um we've been actually recording podcasts every single week since we last uploaded, but every single time we've noticed halfway through that the audio doesn't work, so we just give up. Um
hmm
but we've actually made some really good content. So if we can all, if the audience collectively can just behave as if we've been uploading and it's been good content, we've been hitting our groove, we'd appreciate it.
We sure would. We've really been battling with the microphones, I guess you could say.
Hmm. Do we ever? I mean, there is a tinge of truth to that. We did try to record one in person over winter break, um, but we
That's
did have
kind
some.
of
Yeah.
sorry guys. Yeah, that's kind of a backbreaker, I guess you could say, because we recorded it and like right as we finished and it was in person again, and we were like, dang, that was actually a pretty good episode. And
Hmm.
I went to edit it later that day and I fucked up, didn't have any audio for it. And it kind of just spiraled from there, I guess you could say. And then we
Hmm.
started becoming like washed and stuff.
That's a great segue. The reason why we're starting back up today is because I had a topic that I wanted to dive into. Lately in my life, I've been facing some very serious and constant washed allegations, and I think it's about time. It's going to make for a very easy podcast slash video title. It's about time that we start addressing the washed allegations. So that's what we're here to do today. Um, Full transparency, I'm 24 and 5 months old. You're not too far behind me.
24 and 6 months or 4 months.
Come on, bro. Um, but yeah, so we're both similar ages. We're both 24, and I want to put a little disclaimer out there because I know that we have some viewers who are elders, and so I'm sure if you are a person and you hear somebody who's younger than you and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so old, life sucks," you're probably like rolling your eyes through the roof because you're like, "This motherfucker doesn't know," you know. But I do still think that there's like certain things that as you start to realize that I don't know, you're not a kid anymore. I guess the stuff starts to like change in your mind. And let me just jump right into it. I think one of the biggest things that I've kind of been like noticing lately is that nobody like really fucking cares what you do, you know? Like, and maybe that's just the result of like having parents or whatever, but you can do nothing all day and like nothing's gonna really change unless like you need to do really important shit to like get by or whatever, which like I totally get that. But
Yeah.
let's say like on a random weekend day, bro, like you know, you stay in your bedroom all day, you watch fucking content, like you kind of expect there to be like repercussions, but like there is none. And in the same way where it's like, oh, if you have a really good day or whatever, nothing
But you
changes, I
expect you
guess.
expect a trophy.
I don't know what I'm expecting. I mean, I've never gotten a trophy for like doing the right thing or anything,
Hey,
but
you
it's
you
like
worked today. Here's a trophy.
I guess it's like, I feel like it's so easy, or at least like the path that I think is kind of like laid out for most people growing up is that like, hey, like you're going to go to high school, you want to work hard on your grades, you want to go to college, you want to like graduate, you want to like get a job. Like it's pretty like that's the pretty like linear path, I guess I would say. And so it's like kind of easy to like be like, okay, yeah, like I need to do this or whatever. And like obviously people don't go on that linear path and they end up fine. Like that's good. And like there's still sort of like a linear-ish path for them, I think, where it's like, whatever, like I don't go to college here, I just get a job here, whatever the fuck like shit works out, right? Like it's somewhat like easy, like need money, get job, whatever, right? Like what I'm trying to say is that like once you're kind of beyond that part where it's like okay, like I'm kind of settled into like what I'm up to, like what now,
I feel like
like
me personally, I haven't really settled into like anything, at least like lately in my life. Like it's been kind of a crazy past few months. I think the last time we recorded, I was still employed.
oh,
And now I'm out of a job, fellas.
hmm.
And I've been kicking rocks down the road, bro, and I've been doing what you say, staying in bed all day. Well, not in bed, maybe at my desk, but
Yeah.
it's just it's weird.
But you know what I mean? Where it's like, if you don't like do anything, if you don't like fucking go get a job tomorrow, like what's gonna happen?
I
Nothing.
feel like it just depends on the person because I feel like I will like get on myself. Like I for some reason like I feel it just matters if like it feels wrong to you. Like
Hmm.
if you just sit in your bed all day and like do nothing, like yeah, nope, my parents won't say shit to me. My roommates won't
Hmm.
say shit to me. But like it's just like kind of like the pressure I put onto myself if I do that.
Hmm.
Even though you're right, you're totally right, bro. There's like literally nothing wrong with that, like at the end of the day. Like I don't know.
Yeah, there isn't. I guess I'm just saying, because I also, if I had like a day like that, like I will like be annoyed at myself. Like, shit, dude, I like fucking went to bed super late last night, woke up at a bad time, and I was just like, I was pretty angry with myself. I felt horrible. I guess I'm not really talking about that. I don't know how to articulate this best, but it's like, I guess in terms of like long term, like I don't know, if you're gonna like move jobs, if you're gonna like move places, if you're gonna live here, if you're gonna do that, it's just like none of it actually really fucking like matters to anybody but yourself. If that makes
Hmm.
sense. Like, yeah, it matters, but like at the end of the day, like it's hard to say. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a product of me having like been in a bit of a routine for the last like year or so. I guess like living with my girlfriend, living working like the same job for a while, living in the same city for a while. Like I guess I've just had this feeling of like you know time is passing. I'm not doing a whole lot of different things, and like I'm like don't get me wrong, like I'm enjoying the stuff I'm doing, but it's just like time goes by one way or another. Like people treat you the same way, I guess, right? Like
You followed along that linear path like that you described earlier, like basically to a T, right? You went to
yeah, pretty
school,
much.
you went to college, you got the
Yeah.
job. You don't even switch jobs. Like you, right?
No,
The same job right out of
no, same
college.
job. Maybe that's why I kind of feel that way. Is like, um, I guess I feel like I'm a goal oriented person, where like I'm always trying to like achieve something. Not to say that I was like a try hard in school or anything. Like, don't get me wrong, like I tried, but like I wasn't like, oh, I need to like ace all my tests so I can get into like Harvard. Like I wanted to do well, and I guess that's the goal, right? Same way like when I was like in college, like I wanted to do well, I wanted to get a good job, things like that. I want to do well at work, stuff like that. Um, but I guess like, but like I guess I still consider those goals, even though I'm not like actively like insane about them, just because like they're like background long term. Like I want to make sure I'm doing this kind of thing, if that makes sense, right? Like
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, I'm not like actively working towards anything. Like I'm just kind of working my job, and like I'm in a groove with it to where like I don't feel like I overexert myself, but I still feel like I keep busy.
So you feel sort of goalless at the moment?
Goal is maybe
Well, I guess you're actively doing the goals, right? But like
no, but I do still feel a little bit goalless. I guess maybe that just means I have to fill my time with more things that I enjoy in my personal life.
you have things that you can fill the time with, you think?
For sure, for sure. No, I fill my time exceedingly well. I'm one of the best time fillers like on this planet. I think, to be honest with you. Um,
But it's just not like satisfying, or is it?
oh, it is. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like, uh, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I try to do like I do. I try to set goals with different things, whether it be like I want to get really good at like Marvel Rivals, or like I want to. I mean, exercising is always a battle for me. Like
Hmm.
want to get in like really good shape, and like I
Amen.
have consistently failed at that my whole life. Which like I'm not like every day I'm not like punching the floor like man I want to work out better, but like shit, I'm
I
not
know
doing
we
my best.
always kind of poke fun at like, not having to go to hockey practice or not having to go to lacrosse practice anymore, but those things did, I mean, you were in shape as fuck back in the day, you know?
Yeah, they do help out. I don't know though, like it helps,
Even
but
for me, when we did the basketball league, I the first week, dude, like I thought I was gonna like pass out on the floor, but like towards the end of it, dude, I felt like really good. and that's kind of cool that like it doesn't take that much to get like back into to shape, I guess you could say. Not that I was in fucking peak condition or anything, but I
Yeah,
got my lungs back towards the end of the season.
yeah, yeah. No, I know what you mean. And it's like I don't know if there's like a goal. Like working out is such like a goalless activity, you know. Like unless like you're planning on being
Sucks.
like a bodybuilder, like it really is just like one of those things you got to do. And I feel like I've always kind of struggled with like just doing like the things I guess throughout my life. I think I've talked about this in the podcast before, but like you know some of the dotting the i's and the crossing the t's just like are hard for me, which is fine, and it's something that I need to keep working on.
Think
I guess
about
but like this that's a good example. Is it's like I think in my head, what if I just like never get good at that stuff? Like time's still gonna pass, you know. Like I've gotten to like age 24, like just fine, you know. Like
hmm,
I could probably get through a few more years just fine. Like you know that feeling of like yeah I should do this, but like fuck, you know.
like it's yeah, dude.
Not that it's pointless. I don't mean to like. I don't want to be like a little like nihilist.
It's not
Like
pressing though
yeah.
for
I
things like
guess
that.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to contextualize it because you know what I mean by like nihilist people, right? Where they're like, oh, nothing matters. We're all gonna
Oh,
die. Like whatever the
what's
case.
nihilist for our viewers too?
Yeah. It's basically just like a belief system. I think I would call it that. Like you know, nothing matters because we're all gonna
Oh,
die. Like you know, there's no
some
greater purpose or
pessimistic shit.
something like that. Yes, although I personally don't think nihilism has to be tied to pessimist like thinking because I would somewhat consider myself a nihilist in the sense that I don't personally believe that there's like a higher meaning to what we're doing here or like really like a higher power or nothing like that. But it doesn't mean for me that life is meaningless, I guess. Like I still think that it's like really fucking cool to like have a fun life and enjoy yourself and like make an impact on the people around you. Like I think that stuff like that is like so
Hmm.
like so cool, so powerful. Um, but I still don't think it like it doesn't matter, you know. Like shit, I could, you know, nothing's going to change, and maybe it is a little bit nihilist in that nature, I guess. But yeah, I guess I just had this feeling of like time's passing, like. I'll look at some stuff and I'll be like, "Damn, like that was over a year ago." Like when I was logging my letterboxd,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
noticed I logged a movie from 2023 and I was like, that was 2023? Like fuck. I feel like we do this kind of as like decades pass and dude, I've been rambling for so long. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm sorry. We're like there seems to be some like cognitive like um forgetfulness of like certain like you know times and decades, like you know how people are talking now, and maybe this is like a product of COVID also being a huge thing, but people are like, you know, COVID was like 5 years ago, and it's like holy shit, what happened
Oh,
between like
dude.
2021 and 2023? Like does anybody fucking know?
Dude, I
But I
feel like
also
I
think
forgot what happened before COVID. Sorry.
I mean definitely yeah, but like I think that happened too in like the 2010s, you know, like I feel like I remember like 2010, 2011, 2012, bang bang bang, and then like 2013 to like 2016, 17, I'm like,
What was I doing?
yeah, what was I doing? But yeah, you know, it's like I'm going off the rails here, but I feel like yeah, time's passing. I'm not really improving myself, and things are not getting worse nor better. That's kind of what I'm trying to say, I guess. And that feeling is weird.
That's kind of some stoic shit though.
Is it?
Yeah, I feel like because like I don't know, I've been seeing a lot about stoicism. Have you?
No.
Dude, I can't get away from it to be honest. It's just like being okay with like things and like nothing ever really like rattles you. That's
Mm,
kind of what I'm kind of getting that vibe.
okay.
Like
Like you
people,
personally?
oh, me personally, fuck no. I want to be stoic, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I get rattled way too easily, bro, by like too many different things. But like it's kind of my goal to be stoic where like I could just like be okay with like how I spend my hours and how I spend my time. Dude, I wanted to kick it back to the gym thing and just like achieving like oh like getting like you know like a better body or whatever it may be, whatever the goal is with the gym, getting in shape. Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like what makes it so hard for me personally, bro, is like I don't know, it's really nice for me when I'm completing a goal to see like tangible progress, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like I feel like I could work out for like a month and like I will still be like a skinny fucking rat, you know? And like
Mm-hmm.
if I felt like if I like could work out one session and like right away see some improvement, like I would be doing the gym every day, you know? So I feel like the progress like is like a big thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like, and not to put you on blast on your own podcast, I feel like your problem is definitely twofold though, with like exercising and like eating enough to like gain weight, you know?
Well, eating is always the hard part.
Hmm.
There's a lot that goes into to like being a successful gym goer. Takes
Hmm.
like dedication and shit, bro.
Hmm.
I just don't ha I have that dedication for like so many different things besides that. Like I have that dedication for like, like this podcast or like video games. Video games is a great one, bro. Like there's like tangible like progress that you can see like while playing a game. And I think that's what I like so much about it.
Yeah, but video games is a topic that I also wanted to get into because it's kind of like one of the bigger things that made me feel like I had to address the washed allegations is because of just competitive gaming. And when I was growing up, not to like toot my own horn, but I feel like I was really good at games. Like especially amongst like my close friends, like I always felt like I was I mean, I was trying the hardest certainly, but like I was doing pretty well and things like that. I felt like I felt like I could like outdo anybody in a video game. But as I've grown up, and especially these like last like 5-ish years, like playing competitive Overwatch like at a high-ish level, getting fucking rinsed, playing Marvel Rivals now, trying so hard and like getting rinsed by like better players. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling to be like, damn, like I just like my peak isn't as high as I want it to be, you know? And like I'm not getting any better, right? Like and it's weird because it's like it's a fucking video game. Like it's not like my body's gonna like fail me. Like but
How much drive do you have to like improve in a game still? Has that like
um
changed a lot over the years?
no, I still want to be really good. I have a little bit less time to like just grind it all the time these days, I think, but I still have a lot of drive to be good for sure.
Hmm.
You? What about you?
In video games,
Huh?
I'm kind of losing the drive a little bit for sure.
Really?
But I think a big part of that is like it's not a very exciting answer, but just like the cross play like issues. Like if I
Hmm.
could play with like you and Crit on Rivals, like I'd probably be in every game, with y'all. But
Oh.
since I can, it's like I'm not gonna sweat about my rivals like console rank.
Yeah, maybe that's actually just what we need is like a trio or more to like really like lock in to ascending because it's hard to do on your own. But then I think of like Sus who got to a super high level solo queuing in Overwatch, and it's like, well, Sus
Well, I
can do
also
it.
noticed for myself, like the highest ranks I've ever achieved has been like pretty much like solo. I mean, even
Mhm.
on Rivals now, like I have a good rank, but it's pretty much all from grinding like alone.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
we're washed. This is the
yeah. I don't
Flameside.
know. I like. I'm just. I'm not sure. Like. Because I feel like a little bit of like talent in like video games or whatever it is. I mean, not a little bit of it. So much of it is kind of just like natural. I feel like, right? Like some people just can like pick up the sticks and they're kind of just like that. I do feel like there's things that you can do. Like I think if I spent like 40 minutes in an aim trainer a day, like I bet you I'd be so much better at the game. You know, like if I instead of just like slamming my head into like competitive over and over again, if I like took my time to like do certain things that would like help me in certain situations and like practice them, like I bet you I would be a lot better, you know? But I just wonder how far you can get with that because like I feel like raw talent can like honestly just get you so far in these
Oh
games, you know?
yeah, definitely, dude. I mean, the aim trainer is similar to like the gym to me almost.
Yeah,
It's like who
honestly.
the fuck wants to do the aim trainer, bro?
Yeah, nobody. That's just boring as hell.
You want to hop into the comp right away.
Yeah. Yeah, so I
Yes,
don't know. I guess it's like I don't want to call myself washed quite yet. I just I feel like I'm
you're
constantly
definitely
trying
not washed, bro.
I just feel like I'm constantly trying to prove to myself that like I'm still good at stuff, you know? Because I like being good at stuff. I mean, I feel like
Hmm.
everybody does, but I want to be the best. I want to be the best, and so I feel like there's definitely a problem with like my expectations and like how the standard that I try to hold myself to that makes me feel this way. But you know, and this is why, like, maybe I'm not quite a nihilist in the true sense because I don't think it's meaningless. Like, I think it's fucking like it's really cool if you can call yourself like one of the best at something, like
Oh
that's
yeah.
awesome. I think that's why speedrunning is pretty fascinating to me because like the idea of being able to be the person who is the best at doing something that others are like competing you for is like that's cool, like I want to be that person. Like I want to be able to show my ability as a human on this floating rock we call Earth.
Speedrunning is like in your roots, bro. You've always liked speedrunning.
I have never really tried it though. I learned a good chunk of the Elden Ring speed run. Maybe there'll be an Elden Ring Fortnite speed run I can get into.
There will be. There definitely will be. You
You
know,
can speed run PvP.
it's kind of like a roguelike though, like how like a Hades
Um,
is or something. So like
oh, okay.
you could speedrun it.
Hmm.
Um, but just like thinking about that, how you've gone back to speedrunning. There's something that I've gone back to that I've always wanted that I've been considering, without a job and nothing like that.
Hmm.
I've just been thinking like, oh, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna work here? Am I gonna work there? Am I gonna do
What
this?
am I doing?
Oh yeah. All right, whatever. So teaching. I want to become a teacher, I think.
Oh wow.
It's something I've always wanted to do,
Hmm.
but it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult to become a teacher.
Yeah, I
I
think you
think,
need like a good amount of schooling, don't you?
I mean, you need at least a bachelor, which is going to be another 2 years for me, which does not sit well. It's just
Uh,
funny that you asked to do this today, because like if you didn't, bro, I would have been playing Minecraft until 8 o'clock, and then I would have ate some food and then got right back on the game, you know? So I'm happy that I get to like do something with my day, like edit this podcast after this and like post it, and that feels really good. I've
well,
just
that's
been getting
good.
I've been getting away from doing good stuff lately.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like you know, I think it's all about, trying to fill your time with things that make you feel fulfilled, one way or another. And I think that there's a lot of different factors that play with that. Like we talked about a second ago, like expectations is a huge part of that because if you have your expectations too high, it's going to be difficult to fulfill yourself because you're constantly going to be falling short of a bar that's somewhat unattainable, right? Like if we're making this podcast and editing it with the idea that we're going to be fucking like doing numbers and shit, like we're probably not going to be too
Oh,
happy doing
we're
this, right?
screwed.
Like, yeah, I mean, if we go to the gym thinking that we're going to have like fucking six pack, chop, fucking snatched ass, fucking waist tight ass, fucking bulge, fucking. I mean,
After
yeah,
one
it's like.
session.
Yeah, well, I mean, even not after one session, but like fucking even after like a little bit, like you're not gonna feel good doing it. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's just like managing expectations and like doing things that make you feel fulfilled, and that's different for everybody. Like I don't feel fulfilled after I go. Like actually, sometimes I do. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say. Sometimes I say stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Doing stuff that makes you feel fulfilled. You know what I was actually wanting to do is I think I have a little bit of like an urge to like participate in my community, and I feel like that's kind of like because living in like New York or whatever, it's like it's easy to feel like small, I guess, like
hmm
so I feel like something I can do kind of like help the things around me is like we have a garden right next to us and like you can volunteer there. I mean, in my head I'm picturing like, oh yeah, I'm gonna help go water the plants. They probably just have me like fucking like do some accounting shit or like fucking like send out newsletters or whatever. But like still, it would feel good to like help something. There's also a Kuman like tutor service next
Yeah, I
door.
know Kuman.
I don't think I could like do another job, but I wouldn't mind like dude, I don't even like really care about getting paid. I would just like to, on some like fuck, I want to say something, but you'd probably have to bleep it out. On
Um,
some Mr. Blank type shit, if you know that teacher from North who didn't take a salary. Um
oh goodness.
but I feel like I'm being a little bit too boastful right now. But just like I don't do these things, but I feel like if I did them, I would feel better, I guess, about like the impact I'm having, which I
But
guess
what do
is
you usually do instead?
nothing, scroll, gamble, fucking whatever, you know. Um,
But like you
you
said
know,
earlier, is that all that bad?
no, because like, well, kind of, it can be. Um, I think that
Uh,
if you're doing things like you know, if I'm able to like watch a cool show with Allison, like I'll feel really good about my night, you know? Like um there's just there's certain things. If I play a fun game with you with my friends, you know, and like we have a great time, like that's that I'll feel fulfilled for sure. So
Oh, that's fulfilling
um
as hell, bro.
yeah, I think that, and like, I feel like so many different areas of discussion that I've bounced around in this podcast about myself personally, they all kind of revolve back to like me being poor or me doing a poor job of like regulating the way I feel about myself and like what I'm capable of, you know? Because
Totally.
like one way or another, like I'm either shooting myself too far, getting too down on myself for not being there, whatever the case. Like, I think I need to be able to accept the fact that, I'm not special, I guess, in some sense, you know? Like uh I can still do special things, but like, you know,
Yeah, you can be special.
yeah, I can be special, but I'm not special by default or nothing, you know?
Well, that feels harsh, doesn't it? Saying I'm not
Um
special.
yeah, but it's like totally something that like I think if we're talking about like the negative effects of being washed, let's talk about the positive effects of being wise. Like I think part of being wise is being, you know, realistic and like understanding that like hey, you know, like getting old, we're gonna die, and it's like funny, and like you're not like yeah, I don't know, you don't have to be nothing too crazy, like you're probably not going to be, I don't know, you know, whatever.
Do you think like if you changed the world though, or like really impacted the world, like how does that person feel? Does that person feel fulfilled?
Yeah, probably, but I also feel like, you know,
I
we
don't know
forget
if they
people.
do.
Who's like the most like awesome person, you know?
I mean, you gotta like point to like people that are like dead, I feel
The
like.
goats, the
Yeah.
goats. Lincoln,
I mean,
uh
throw MLK in there, throw
Gandhi's up there, right? People
Gandhi.
fuck with him. But like, what does it mean that like we know the names and things like that? You know, like, do we even really like? Does it even fucking matter? Like, is
No.
somebody like hundreds of years from now is like Bolera, what a goat?
Wow, yeah, he was
Like for
such
the
a
most
good.
part, like you're just gonna be like some boring fucking topic in class that kids like don't want to listen to, you know? And
Ooh, that
like,
makes my mind like melt. Like, what the fuck like do I do then?
yeah, it's like, do you want like? Does it matter to be remembered? Like, who gives a fuck, you
'Cause I
know?
feel like I'm just like striving to like impact people's lives. I feel like that's why teachers are like attractive to me. Like
Yeah,
having a
sure.
positive impact on like a kid or something while they grow up is like everything to me.
It's just like yeah, we I feel like we as the human species haven't really like figured out the second part where it's like, you know, all other species and even humans in the beginning were like we need to reproduce, we need to reproduce, and now that like we don't really need that
We're
anymore,
chilling.
we kind of got a lot of people like now what, like you know, like I don't know, maybe that's why I think I've heard of the reason why like religion is really attractive to people because it does give like that sense of like you know,
Some purpose,
um
some faith.
yeah, either a purpose or just like this isn't all there is, you know, which like definitely can understand how like that's a nice feeling to have, you know, like
Totally.
and I don't mean to frame it as like oh like you know they're just believing in it because like it's nice to think like it's not, I don't think people actually think like that. I don't mean to be disrespectful or anything. I'm just saying that like I think that's a big bonus people get from faith, you know, if that makes sense.
Totally.
Uh but yeah, I guess yeah, you just gotta keep doing it. And then that's the thing, bro, is like whether you are one of the goats, whether you sit inside and watch a TV show, whether you go work out a little bit, whether you do fucking nothing, like time's passing, bro. You can't stop that.
All gonna work out too, you know.
Yeah, it
That's what
is.
I was talking to my mom today because I've just been stressing and she was just saying like, you know, shit's gonna work out eventually, even if it's like through bad things, like bad things happen, you don't feel good, you don't do shit, you feel a little depressed, like it will at the end of the day like lead to something that like works out just because like things have to work out. Like
Hmm.
so yeah, I don't
Things
know.
have to work out.
That's what I heard Ludwig say, bro. That's what
Oh
Ludwig
yeah,
says, bro. He says like things like have to work out because like they simply have to. So like that's why he'd be saying like he doesn't really stress about like too many things because like he just knows like it'll be fine at some point.
I love Ludwig.
He is good.
Although it
He's
is
true.
kind of easy to imagine things are going to be fine when you're a fucking like multimillionaire, but but
But
that's
he's went
besides
through
the
some
point.
he went through some trials and tribulations though, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I do like him quite a bit. He does give off some based vibes for sure.
Very base.
Um, but yeah, that is a good way to look at it. Is that I mean yeah, we actually had a conversation about this recently, but like uh sometimes when you're not doing poorly in life, when you're doing pretty all right, it's I think a good idea to look back and reflect on some of the times in your life where you felt the worst,
Mm-hmm.
Like because when you're in that moment of like really struggling, a lot of times it's extremely difficult to imagine yourself not feeling bad,
Yeah.
not
Oh yeah, dude.
or like being able to get over it and like moving past it. I would implore all of the listeners to think to a time when like you've actually really felt it at your lowest. Or actually, if you're there right now, you can skip this part. But if you're like doing all right, listen on. Think back to when you were doing really poorly, and think about the way you felt about like how you're gonna get through this. I'm sure at some points it felt like somewhat
Hopeless.
hopeless, right? But think about where you are now and just try to remember that feeling of like, and pat yourself on the back a little bit, man. Pat yourself on the back a little
For
bit. You deserve
sure.
it, you
Yeah, you
know?
were saying that the other day. You gotta pat yourself on the back every once in a while, bro.
Yeah. You
I
should.
saw
You
I
should.
saw a very impactful TikTok like about this where it was like think back to a time where like you didn't think like you'd be able to like overcome something and like how that
Hmm.
felt and stuff and like now you're here where like you passed that shit, you know?
Yeah.
And like that's literally like all humans do like all day long. Like they get past shit, they something comes up, they do it or like and like, you just move past and like it's quite beautiful there, I say.
Hmm. Um, let me tie this back to something that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, because despite all of this nice feelings about the world and how we're going to face it and things like that, it doesn't change the fact that we are facing washed allegations. And we can say all this nice stuff that we want to about like, oh, we're gonna help manage our expectations and we're gonna feel fulfilled even if we don't reach the highest standards. Like the highest standards don't even matter that much anyway. Who even cares? Let's remember what we're here for. So I'm going to read you off 5 different things that make you feel washed, and I want you to blind rank them with one being the oh my god, I'm washed as fuck. 5 being like, I'm not quite unk yet. Okay.
Okay, I get it.
All right. Number 1, getting rinsed in a video game that you were trying your absolute hardest in.
And one would be I feel like
Washed as fuck.
probably like 4.
Okay. Not getting carded at the bar.
Oh, dude, thank God this hasn't happened to me yet. I'm still in a good spot. But then if this did happen, I'd feel bad. Probably 2.
Okay. Looking up someone's age that's either an athlete or like a,
Oh,
a public figure and finding out that they're younger than you, sometimes by a lot.
fuck. This is a bad one for me. This is a really bad one since I follow sports so closely. Ooh, dude, when I see a fucking 17-year-old and he's fucking score and he's scoring goals in the fucking NHL. Well, not 17 in the NHL, I guess, but I really want to do one, but I feel like there's going to be something nasty coming. So I'm going to do 3. So I have 1
Okay.
and 5.
Okay. Back pain. Okay. And the last one is not quite understanding a meme or reference, having to look it up.
Well, that's my one. I mean, that will make me feel like an unk.
Yeah.
That will make
My
me feel.
the worst one there I think is definitely looking up someone's age.
Oh, that is so bad, dude. I mean, getting card like, do you get not get carded ever?
No, but I just don't think they card too much in New York.
Oh, so
Like
you don't.
I like the bar, like bouncers will card you, but like if you're at a restaurant ordering a drink, fuck no, they're not gonna card you unless like you actually look like
Ooh,
baby face,
I
I
don't
think.
really like that feeling, bro.
Yeah.
I'm actually like definitely like not excited. I remember I went to a liquor store and I was just like buying some beer and I'm like, I'm gonna get carded. And I had my card out because I was expecting
Hmm.
it. He's like, I don't need that. I was like,
Damn.
whoa, bro. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That reminds me of when I went to the nose doctor and I was explaining to him how I wore nose strips about every night. He's like, "Oh, so that's why you had that huge red mark across your nose." I was like, "Oh, fuck!" Like,
Oh my God, that's vicious, bro.
yeah,
Fuck
dude, that
that.
that nose medication he gave me is not fucking working, bro. I cannot breathe.
Dude,
Anyway,
that's a tough issue.
hmm um, yeah, it is. So that's the list I made. Those are things that make me feel washed from time to time. Although I don't personally experience back pain, if I'm being honest. I just put that there because I felt like I couldn't
I'd be
pull it
feeling
right
back
now.
pain. But
Mhm.
the way I deal with back pain is just like, like I can accept one thing on this earth, and that's like I'm gonna get older.
Yeah,
Like it's shit's gonna start fucking failing me at some point.
yeah.
I've actually been having a lot of dread about that with like, I mean, not to get super personal on the flame side on Tuesday morning, but like I'd be like, damn, like I'm 24. I feel like I'm in like I'll be like better looking now than I will like pretty much ever, I feel like.
Oh,
And like I feel
true.
like I should be like, you know, like with somebody.
Hmm.
I put a lot of pressure on myself for that because I feel like, but then I imagine like, what if I'm like, I don't date anybody until I'm 35 and I look completely different and I start dating? Like, it's probably still gonna feel really good, right?
Oh yeah,
So like, I don't know. That's how I kind of combat those feelings. But I'm always like, damn, I'm fucking 24. Like, I should be like putting myself out there and like, because I haven't even been in any type of relationship for years.
yeah. No, I understand that, and I feel like I had that feeling about obviously other stuff. Because luckily for now, I got the whole girlfriend thing figured out. But like I feel that way with pretty much like everything else, where it's like whether it be working out or like getting cracked at a video game or streaming or whatever the fuck, like you're like we're probably not getting any like more energy towards these things than we are like over
No,
time. Like
dude.
we're kind of like, and that's why I feel like I do get more down on myself if I spend a day or a night or time or week or month doing bad things or unproductive things. It's like, well, the opportunity cost is much higher for me right now than it will be later on, or it was long ago, I guess, if that makes sense.
I feel like this is
You
why
know?
so many older people are always like, oh, don't be like me. When I was 24, I fucking, I just sat and did nothing. I feel like I'm gonna be that fucking guy when I'm older, like telling like younger people, like, hey, like if I were to become a teacher, I'd definitely be like, hey, I'd be encouraging like getting out there and doing stuff and like trying to fulfill yourself.
Yeah,
But I feel like a lot of fucking people like are not that far away from like how we were spending our 20s. Like I feel like that's how a lot of people probably spend their 20s, like
for
confused.
sure. I
Like,
mean, dude, we gotta like. I feel like you and I and our friends have a pretty nice setup in terms of like
oh, dude.
we have a close friend group. Like that is like kind of like that puts you so far above so many people, I feel like, and that sounds so mean to say, but like having a close friend group that you can like hang out with and do shit with is like,
Dude, if I was worried about like social interaction, that would be awful. Like I don't have to worry
yeah.
about that ever. Like I could literally call up any of us, like any of our boys, like anytime really, and like they'll talk to me. Like
Hmm.
it doesn't have to be about something too important. Like so
Yeah.
yeah, we are definitely very, very fortunate to like be in the friend group that we are. Oh, this
Yeah.
session's about to end here.
Oh, I was about to say that. Let's end this off on a nice pick upable location.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Let's both brainstorm. Um, I was gonna say something about. Let me quick get this out. I think I have time. Um, I feel like dating is fine to do later on because like shouldn't care about the physical appearance anyway, right? You'll still be there.
Yeah, right? That's how
Yeah.
I'd be thinking. Like, if I'm 30, like, I'm probably still just gonna be like, oh, well, at least I'm dating.
Uh-huh. One part on all this that I wanted to say is that it all kind of like comes back to like how you feel about your own mortality, and I feel like I'm okay at that, and I'll expand on that when we come back to the flame side.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back from the break. It's good to see you here. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about what we're, you know, ending that last session with the idea of mortality and, if we're okay with it or not. Are you
Yeah, I'm
okay
good.
with it?
I'm good. You?
All right, yeah, I'm good. Now,
All right.
thank you all for tuning in to the.
You go.
Just kidding, guys. Just kidding.
Um, it's gonna go hard when we have sponsors so that we can put an ad in between the first and second session
Oh, it's
because
gonna go hard.
I'm like imagining like I said we'll see in the next section and then you're instantly talking and it's like there's not enough of a break there for our digital listeners, you know? I'm
As soon
always
enough,
thinking
you're gonna
about
have to say,
digital.
"We'll be talking to you guys after this message from Blue Chew." That's what you'll be saying, and then we'll do a Blue Chew ad read.
Blue Chew, bro.
They do a lot of ads. That's all. It's or
Oh, do they
Manscaped.
really? Yeah,
This is
Minsky.
Manscaped. What else?
I feel like VPN ads are
VPI.
like
Yes.
everywhere.
Fucking, and we'll be back after this message from NordVPN.
VPNs are fucking. Do you ever use VPN? What a
I
pain in the
back
ass.
in the day to get past the Wi-Fi at
Yeah,
school.
school. At school, you had to use one, but fucking like,
Not
oh
since.
no, people are gonna steal your data.
They've been
Ooh,
stealing my shit all this time, bro.
dude. If you've been using the internet for like 10 plus years, I'm sorry. Every single fucking fiber of your being is accessible to somebody who has enough money for it. Like, it's just the way it goes. Like, live with it. Um. Anyway, uh it's something to think about. If you're this digital, can you ever truly die? Who knows? But yeah, mortality, are we okay with it? Yeah, kind of, I guess. You have to be, right? Like, I feel like I'm in a good spot with it. Like, I think that you got to have a good life, you got to have a good impact, people around you, like, yada yada yada. We're gonna die. Like, is it a comfortable feeling? No, but like there's a certain like inevitable to it, or inevitableness to it, where like I know I have to be okay with it, which is making me feel okay with it, Because like you literally can't not be okay with it. It doesn't work. Like there's nothing you can do about it, Like
Sometimes I'll use it as motivation. It'll be like something I don't want to do or like I'm nervous about doing. And I'll be like, well, shit, I could fucking like die tomorrow. You
yeah.
ever you ever use that as motivation?
No, because whenever I've tried to use it, like I could die tomorrow. I never die tomorrow. So it's like it's kind of not I don't really believe it.
But like it's so out of your hand. Like
But I don't believe it. I don't think I'm gonna die tomorrow. I can't get myself behind that.
I guess I don't know. Sometimes I think it's good motivation for myself where it's like I could like be driving to fucking McDonald's and I get fucking smashed and it's like, oh, I was so fucking worried about fucking, Lord knows what I'm worried about, but like, so sometimes I use it. I actually use that quite a bit as motivation for myself.
Well, I imagine like horrible stuff happening for sure. Whenever I'm worried about something silly, I'll be like, well, this could happen. It's not quite
Yeah.
like I die tomorrow, but it's horrible things for sure.
And also, I remember I said this in the break, just like I'm more so worried about the mortality of like those I love rather than myself.
Yeah.
Like I'd feel bad for people if I died, of course, but obviously, do I really would I really feel that way because I'm dead?
How would you feel if Gritty died?
Gritty died.
Hmm.
But Gritty can't die because they'll just replace that fucker. Some other random Joe from Philly will be Gritty.
There's a deeper meaning there.
Maybe I should be Gritty. Maybe that's what this podcast has been about today. Move to
Yeah.
Philly, pack it all up. Yeah, I've been stressing a lot about what the fuck I'm gonna do with my life.
So what are you gonna do?
I think school. I think I'm gonna go back to school. And I think I'm
Fuck
gonna
it.
take a fuckload of art classes and try to become an art teacher.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Hey, dude, this has been a battle for as long as I can remember because I've always wanted to do content.
Hmm.
But man, do I question my like actual skill and like in terms of like creativeness, bro.
Well, bro,
Holy
that's because
moly.
you're thinking that you're gonna be the G Washington of
I'm gonna be bigger
fucking
than Kai Cenat.
content, dude. You not that you can't compare yourself to the goats, bro.
I know it's so hard though. Like I'll be like, doing a stupid sketch and I'm like, this is fucking fire. And then I'll go on my TikTok and I'll see some guy who like is like scribbling on his paper at school and it's like a fucking Picasso drawing. And I'm like, oh. my.
I hate fuckers that can draw well, like on a whim. Like fuck you, you know? Like
I wish I had
congrats.
that in me. I like for real wish I had that in me.
Let's give a fucking trophy to everybody who can like fucking articulate their visualizations well on fucking paper. Like fuck, whatever, bro. Like you're not special, you know?
That's why I feel like my art is like that's kind of always been my angle with my art. It's like I'm not like some like technical like, fucking amazing like shader and like, I can do perfect like line work. Like that's just not me. Like I feel like I'm trying to like that's kind of been my whole like game plan is like I got the vibe of like anybody can be an artist and like, you could just make shit and it's good like no matter what. That's always been my mindset.
Even AI can make art these days.
I use AI a lot for
You
art.
might not want to say that, bro. People don't like that these days.
I'm very open about that though.
What do you mean you use AI a lot? Like for what?
Like on Photoshop, like I'll use AI.
To do what?
Well, on Photoshop, it's really cool. Like you could just select something or like select a space and you could say like, oh, I want like a Pegasus with like flaming wings right here. And then, or like it could be like a picture of me and I can like select my clothes and be like, put myself in like fucking suit and tie. And I don't have to do any work, bro.
Do you think that's cringe?
Is that cringe? Nah, bro. People want to tell me it's cringe. People really want to bring me down with that shit, bro.
Can
But
I
like,
be honest?
you're gonna bring me down with that?
I think it's kind of cringe.
Come on, bro.
Dude, you could draw that yourself so well, so easily too, I feel like.
But it's digital. I'm saying like digitally.
Yeah. You could draw that digitally, can't you?
I'm not that good of a drawer. I
I
mean,
think
shit.
you
Here,
have
let me
to
see if I
do
can turn
it.
off this video background so we can look at my canvas, bro. Every time I look at this thing, I'm like, Jesus Christ, who
I
made
like
this?
your
I
canvas.
think a 2-year-old made this.
I think you're selling yourself a little bit short.
Okay, well, you can't really see my fucking canvas, but you can see my dresser. Does that look like something cool?
It's all blurred out pretty much. I commissioned you for a poster in my freshman year of college, and I liked it a lot. It was very
That
cool.
was a
I thought
good
it was
poster.
awesome. Yeah, I
That was
can't
a good
believe, dude.
one.
I was looking back on it. My political views have mellowed a touch in the last like half decade. That shit said abolish the police. Like, damn,
Yeah, that is crazy. Um,
dude. Yeah, I was actually gonna commission you for another drawing, dude.
you're gonna commission me? I always find
Yeah.
that when I'm commissioned, that's when I like honestly
Yo.
find like
Yeah. Sorry.
I just feel like when I get commissioned or like I'm doing it for somebody, like that's when my best work comes out
Yeah.
rather
Well, dude,
than like doing it for myself.
I'm just saying, like, I think that you're plenty talented enough to create any of those things that you are talking about using AI for. Is all I'm saying. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
me too. Like I haven't really fully given up on anything.
Hmm.
Obviously not, but I don't know, like being in this position with no job or nothing, and it's like all I've ever wanted to do is content. It's like, damn, like if I was just like fucking amazing at drawing,
Hmm.
yeah, it just would have been GG already.
I feel like it depends what you're making. I'm sure for you, right? Like, if I asked you to like draw something and you like used AI for it, I'm like, I don't think you would do that. You know?
Oh, I mean, definitely not.
Yeah.
If you asked me to draw something, I would not AI it.
Yeah. 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 I'm
I use
assuming that you.
AI to just help, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I feel like there's a place for it where it's like, oh, I need to like draw like something that's just like tedious and like you're not like it's not supplanting you, I guess, where it's like, oh, I need the borders of this to be like, whatever the fuck, like just
I like that
precise like lines
multimedia
and
shit. Like
stuff.
I find myself using it a lot. Like, okay, I'm about to make a cool thing. I'll make like a drawn figure on a background. Like I'll very often like to just like get a background from AI because like, dude, like you can really just like click through all that shit. And it's like,
Yeah.
what should I just not like the source is so good because it's never going to get copyrighted. It's never going to be somebody else's image and like it's always unique, which that I really find makes it attractive
Yeah.
because like you can get a background of like a frozen tundra from just like a quick little thing and you can like click through a million different options to find one. So like Hugo, what do you think what do you
So
think about
what I was gonna ask you to draw for commission is this guy likes to watch out the window right behind me here. right in front of me here, and I was thinking it'd be funny and cool if you could draw just like a small picture of like Hugo's face or his body or whatever, like of him, like like I'm outside looking into our apartment and I see like the drawing of the cat next to the real cat, and like they're both looking out the window. You
You
know what I
want it
mean?
like of his full face or full body, I
Yeah.
mean?
I don't know full body, maybe just face, or just like how you would see him, like maybe just like his face and like his like the front of his torso. Like if I was looking, like literally, he would look like this. Hey,
I have an idea for that. I could do that.
I think that'd be cool. I'll pay you.
Yeah. Oh, free. That's what's cool about commissioning me, bro. My
No,
shit's
dude.
free.
No, dude.
I
No,
make the
dude.
emotes for Sans and stuff. That shit was free. Free of charge, bro.
Damn. Sam's don't be paying, huh?
Fans be dying to pay. He be dying to pay me for that shit. It's like I would not feel right.
Mm. Well, I don't know. I think how did we get talking about art, bro?
So I brought up like AI and
Oh, you're
shit.
gonna be an art teacher.
Oh yeah, art teacher.
Oh yeah. Well, so what are you gonna do if
Ooh,
like
I
some
worry myself with that, bro. I'll be in the art room and I see some fucking freshman snot nose and he's fucking doing something incredible.
Oh god, yeah, knock him down a peg, why don't you?
If I ever have to like do a tutorial, all right, guys, you're gonna draw like this. Oh, they're fucked.
Yeah, kid does it perfectly. We'll go over to him. You're not special.
Well, to be honest, the art that I would want to do is definitely not 2D. It would either be teaching digital or 3D because I'm really into 3D.
Yeah, teaching
Like
digital. So if you want like
just
a
AI
Pegasus
here.
a Pegasus over here, you can just put AI. Nice.
Yeah. So kids, that's what I was. I wish I had AI when I was at school, bro, for the digital class. That would have made my
Yeah.
job a lot easier, bro.
Oh, I bet.
Then
What
part
if
of me is kind of grateful. It's like, damn, I might have actually like learned some shit and like I didn't have to use AI. And now I could just use AI to help rather than like
yeah.
if I grew up and AI was there while I was in high school, I probably would have just used it the whole time and never learned anything.
It's nice working in an industry where creativity is not rewarded so that I can just use AI worry free.
Yeah, it's you're like almost encouraged, right?
Yeah, like the integrity of your work is about as useless as like fucking I don't know.
But the AI thing, like I could go on for days. Like I low-key want to make a YouTube video about it because like I feel like the perception on AI in a creative sense is very negative.
Yeah.
People really want to like see that human touch and stuff, you know? And
Yeah,
like
I mean, don't you agree?
not entirely, but like
Mm,
that's only because I'm not that like gifted of an artist as is.
mm.
So I feel like if it's gonna be like even impacting just like one person to like be more creative and like explore that side of themselves because like there was like a pretty awesome tool available to them, like yeah, that's dope. And like I don't think like anything that's fully AI looks that good. And so like I don't know why people think like that shit's gonna replace humans. Like it obviously fucking won't. It looks like shit if you use only AI.
Hmm.
And I think like those people that use it as like a fucking door, like an entrance to like get into this to making stuff. Like I think that's like awesome.
Sure. I
Sure.
guess I'm just trying to imagine like a time or place where somebody would have to like use AI as a crutch to like expand themselves, you know? Like, can you walk me through an example person who does that and like what they're doing?
I mean, I'm that example, bro. Like if I'm like making a like just like those projects I've been making with that one character I'm doing a lot of lately,
Hmm.
like just like adding like a quick like AI like painting or something on the wall. Like I made that one of like him in his room. Like he's
Hmm.
fully hand drawn and like all the other stuff was fully hand drawn. Well, digitally drawn with like a stylus. But then
Hmm.
like there's just like fun like elements that you can add to like improve your work. Like
I see.
I
I
just
think
really
that's fine.
appreciate
I
that.
think that's fine.
Yeah, like I really feel like if somebody were to look at like those projects that I've made, like and they say like, oh, this is like AI crutch, like I'd be like, dude, like get a fucking clue, maybe.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I guess it depends on like
you can even
what the
if you guys are visual listeners too, here, I'm about to share it so you can see what I mean. Like exactly. Like I was literally saying painting on the wall, that painting on the wall with the lady holding like the wine glass, like I drew that frame and shit, but like the AI was on the wall. I feel like that like adding that painting like only helps.
Hmm.
Like I don't know. Other like this is all hand drawn besides certain things.
Hmm.
And like I don't even think like a person who's like AI like a hater, like obviously some of these things it would be pretty damn easy to identify as AI, but like
Can I
yeah,
try?
yeah, go ahead, bro. There I
Cat
was let's see,
cactus,
there's cactus, AI,
video game controller,
AI,
phone on the bed,
AI.
keys.
Like yeah, yes, AI.
Are the string lights AI?
They are. But does that do anything else but fucking help the fucking drawing, bro? Tell me that's like such a bad thing that I use that for the lights, bro. That it
No, it
like
it helps the drawing. I just yeah, I don't know. I can see both sides to this argument personally.
yeah, I could too. I mean, it's definitely a crutch, but it's all like I don't know, like I want to make art and like it
Yeah,
helps.
yeah.
Um, I just think it looks cool.
No, it
So
does. I also think there's like a time element of it too, right? Like you're trying to create a character and create a whole ass like thing, like spending time detailing every single like minor object in every scene is definitely gonna add a lot of effort and time.
tedious, bro.
Hmm.
Tedious. Like you can just like get something done like really fast and it's like
Hmm.
nice. I do think it could be a little bit problematic, like in school. Like I
Oh yeah.
genuinely always wonder, I'm like, how the fuck do the like are they must have like a whole like, month or two where they like go over the AI because they can't
Hmm.
ignore it, right?
Uh, you could. I feel like just say like we don't use it. Don't use it here.
Oh, but like it's like it's available, it's a tool. It's like there.
Yeah, but like I feel like is there a whole lot to learn in terms of like using AI? I feel like it's like
In Photoshop?
yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's skills to be like learned and developed with like creating it yourself, whereas like AI is a tool, but also like I'm not sure how much you could like develop it.
Yeah, definitely. Um I think we've done a very good amount for our first pod back, especially considering we're washed now.
Yeah, we're washed. We're using AI. We're gonna die.
And I'm just gonna, if your name is Josh and you're still listening, we're gonna do a question that you sent us on December 26th, the day after Christmas. Um, he said, "What holiday hits different for you, bro? My fave gotta be July 4th. Q and brewskis with the fam. Hope your New Year's is the GOAT."
Wow.
Thanks, Josh. Hope your New Year's is good too. We're coming up on your favorite holiday. Well, sort of, kind of. It's -5 right now, so
Holy shit, are you serious?
yeah, dude. I brought in the
Wow.
garbage cans today, and I thought my junk might fall off.
Dude, I mean, that's brutal. And also, not to get off on a tangent, I love when it's that cold because it does give you a great excuse to stay inside all
Just
day.
stay inside and play Minecraft.
Favorite holiday? What do you got?
What holiday hits different for me? E, I mean, I'm kind of default. I enjoy Christmas vibes the most, I'd say. How about you?
Um,
Dude, what's with the July 4th love too? Like, I feel like a lot of people love July 4th like more than like they should.
July 4th is a nice one. I think that it's the only like nice weather holiday, except for like Easter, I
True.
guess. But like if you're an adult, do you celebrate Easter? Yeah, maybe if you're religious, probably
You're
right.
religious. Yeah, we celebrate Easter.
But like,
That
what is
shit's coming
celebrating
up
Easter?
quick.
What does that look like for you? Didn't you just like go to church?
In our family, yeah, church, and then you have my parents would be nice. We would come downstairs and it would basically be like second Christmas, bro. There's like
Oh,
Easter.
damn.
I mean, obviously not as many gifts as Christmas, but like we'd have Easter baskets with like candy, maybe a gift card,
Yeah. I gave Allison a super hard time about that. We stopped doing Easter baskets like a while ago in my family. But I think they still do them. I'm pretty sure in Allison's family. And I was over for Easter one year, and I was like, really?
Kind of nice little treat.
Oh, it's nice, bro. It's cool. It's fun. So
And
yeah, okay, yeah.
Easter's like brunch vibes too. Like we'll always get like
Oh
we'll
yeah.
get like breakfast or brunch and
Okay, Easter's up. Easter is up there. I think when I was younger, I'd fuck with Easter heavy because we would do a whole ass like in the yard. There's eggs and shit. I think that's lit. That was a
that
lot of
was
fun.
fun as a kid. Easter did has honestly progressively gotten less lit, I guess
Yeah,
because I've looked for less and less eggs over the years.
yeah. Honestly, it's all correlated with egg finding.
About
But yeah,
egg
I feel
dyeing,
like
was your family an egg dyer family? Like, would you
hell
guys,
no.
dude, we used to
But
do that a lot. Like, we take the eggs, we put it on the little spoons, put it in the dye. Oh, dude, I don't know.
I hate that shit. God, I think Allison's family does shit like that too. They
Dude,
they they do all the
me
festive
and
stuff.
Allison's family should combine our Easters. It'd be
For real,
insane.
bro. And yeah, y'all should just do your own thing. Dude, I don't think, yeah, bro. Easter, we don't do fuck all. But like,
Um,
shit, dude, it's
all right,
nice.
just give Josh an answer though. Like, tell him
Yeah,
what
well, I'm,
holiday
I'm
hits
thinking
different.
Easter's up there because like it's a nice weather holiday where like you can just be leisurely. But I think I'm gonna go off the board here. I'm gonna go with New Year's Eve. Um, if that's
Oh,
even a holiday, I feel like
yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. It's a holiday. You get the
New
day off
Year's
from
Eve is,
work.
yeah. I mean, it's a holiday where like it's the only holiday where you're highly encouraged to like be with your friends instead of your family. Not that I don't like my family, but like I like being with my friends. You're encouraged to like do social fun activities. Everyone has to stay up late, which is
I
fucking
do
nice
like that.
one.
I like that part a
And
lot.
yeah, you're just encouraged to like hang out with people and party and play games and yeah, have a beverage or two. It's a good time.
Kind of a wholesome vibe too, with like preparing for the new year. It's gonna be
Yeah,
great.
it's a time of reflection. It's a time of friendship. It's a time of fun, and
And then
that's
you
all
fi-
it's about.
and then you find yourself in mid-February and you're like, oh
Yeah.
God damn it.
If New Year's Eve was a warm weather holiday, it would be the goat for sure.
Oh
Like
yeah.
unquestionable. That's why people like July 4th because like you're fucking boating and shit and like whatever the fuck. Like imagine if you could do that shit on New Year's, bro. Dude,
I will say
fucking
we had one of the most lit July 4ths when our buddy Sus was home and we all golfed and shit. Oh, wait, were you even around for that?
no, I wasn't.
Damn, it would have been even better if you were.
Yeah, I bet.
We had like 10 guys on a golf course. It was a little bit much, but it was fun.
Yeah. Um. Well.
Yeah, guys, I think we'll end it there, right?
Yeah. I think
Thanks, th
everybody learned a
thanks for
lot.
tuning into the Wash podcast, where we're
The
washed and
washed
we
cast.
suck.
The washed cast. Ooh,
Let's
that
get
would
doing
be.
this again, though, huh?
Yeah, let's get doing this again. People have been clamoring for it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. People are
I'm
like,
getting a
"Hey,
lot
I
of
haven't seen you guys
requests.
post. Do you even post anymore?"
Yeah,
Oh God,
we
dude.
have this massive platform and we're just ignoring it.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys soon. Can't say when, but we will see you soon.
Wemby,
Wemby is good. He went try hard at the All-Star game. Loser.
Kyrie,
Kyrie, take a chill pill. All right,
Tatum.
guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you again soon.
Peace.